that's okay.
We need these.
Hello! Hey!
All right, it's a sweet treat that is a family favorite. Stephanie has been perfecting this recipe for many, many years, but she is sharing her mom's apple crisp with us today. And I can't say I have not cheated, and it is excellent.
Good. Well, you know what? I feel like you and I are Lucy and Ethel in the kitchen right now. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a wild
Lucy
couple of months,
sure.
couple minutes.
Don't ask me to do anything.
Okay, I won't. This recipe my mom got from my 4th grade teacher at Regina Chaley, Mrs. Wendell. This was her recipe for apple crisp. So, you know, here's my mom and my little Sienna and Race.
Oh, how cute.
But I grew up in Alliance, and we grew up in the country next to an apple orchard, and the owners of the apple orchard would always tell our family, like, take some apples. So we
For
would,
free?
well, because they didn't do anything with
so
them, and they would just
nice.
rot. So they're like, we would feed the deer with them. And my mom, as a joke, I showed this picture of my mom. She loves Kevin Love, and that was a picture of her and
That's
Kevin
funny.
Love. But that's when my grandma and having Sienna and my mom, I get my love and like obsession with animals from my mom. Do you remember that?
Yes,
When my mom
I
was here maybe
that.
10 years ago or
Oh my
so,
God, that was
cooking.
a long time ago.
And my family growing up. But so she would give our teachers apples, obviously, you give teachers apples, and then Mrs. Wendell's like, thank you for all the apples. I'm gonna make apple crisp. And it was so good. So we asked
You guys
Mrs.
must have
Wendell.
given a lot of apples.
Yes, right, we did. The apple
Hold up,
orchard.
Schaefer.
We thinned it. No, I'm kidding. I make this recipe, and I've changed it. It's evolved over the years. Probably 10 to 12 times a year for the kids. In
It
fact,
smells so good in here.
It
You know, when
does,
you
right?
got the apples on the stove.
yeah, and we were saying, kind of joking, it is healthy. I mean, think of the apples, and then I also use like oats and granola. And so, I mean, it's not a horrible recipe, right?
Apples
as
and
far
fiber,
as unhealthy.
Margaret
right,
said we all
right.
need that to keep us regular.
So, thank you. Yes, we do. So in here, I do a lot. I like to stuff it. I like it to be nice and hearty, right? So there's like 8 to 10 apples in here that I sliced pared.
Let me make sure you got that right.
Okay, and then I use this little apple slicer, so it goes a lot quicker, and it's
Those are
less
the best
harmful.
if you do that for the kids.
Yes. Oh, yes. And then they're done, ready to go. But I also think this is a little too chunky, although I do like things chunky. So then I cut it down to half, and I make them like that. So my apples are about that size once I slice them here. So in here, you boil the apples also with 1 cup of water, and then there's also half a cup of sugar, and then a teaspoon or more. I'm not a good measurer. So then it's
That's what I
cinnamon,
do.
right?
Yes.
I mean, my grandmother was like that. She was a fantastic cook. I measure a little bit, but anyway. So teaspoon,
The good
tablespoon,
cooks don't
dashes,
measure.
whatever.
The
That's
good
how
cooks
I
don't
feel,
measure.
right? Like it's to taste and whatever,
Just ask
and
me.
your feel. So once that comes to a boil, and like you said, it smells so good,
it
right?
smells so good.
Or sometimes I have to admit I do skip this step if I'm busy, if it's you're running around.
Because the apples are going to get soft anyway.
Yeah, and what I do is I'll just put the apples in, and then I will put in apple cider that I'll have at home, or
What about apple juice for the
even
kids?
apple juice. I'll grab a little apple juice box and put that in there, and then tons of cinnamon. So you can boil it. It definitely is great. If you don't have the time, you don't have to do that. Now for the topping. So there are 2 cups of flour in here.
My mom had these mixing bowls.
Really?
Okay, are these your mom's?
Doesn't everybody? Yeah, my mom had them, and then I got them for my wedding, and they're still the same ones.
Those are,
Really?
yes. I got to go find them at my dad's house.
These are the only ones they make,
Yeah.
no?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
That's so funny. Okay, so then 2 cups of flour, and then we're gonna do 6 tablespoons or more of butter. But how great is this butter? In the original recipe, it called for oleo, which people don't use anymore, and then you could do margarine, which is not as healthy as butter.
Yeah.
So what I do, it says 6. I do like half that, and this is great. It's a cinnamon butter. I do half
so
that because
perfect.
you know what I do. Olive oil. Because it's healthier.
She rubs it all over her body.
I do. So Margaret laughed. Yes,
really
I put
does.
it in my hair.
She
I put
really
it
does.
on my skin. Different bottle though.
See? You don't need all those products.
I keep a bottle in my bathroom and then a bottle in the kitchen, of course. But I make our cookies with this.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so you could put like a little bit of olive oil. I just feel like it keeps it nice and moist. And then throw in some more butter. Okay, which now I've used this spoon and I don't want
okay.
it, so I'm gonna just pop in some butter, okay? The recipe is on fox8.com.
Leanne is really wearing off on you. Relax.
I know, right?
Relax, Sparky.
And then, all right, then 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Scrape it on the side.
Right,
I like your little measuring
Thank
parts.
you. I know, I have hearts
Do you see
everywhere.
the theme?
Yes.
We got a lot of love.
If you look at the little corner too, you can see where Belle took that and nibbled on it. All right, and then I throw in a cup of granola because I do like it really, really crunchy. So let's throw in this and just pretend I'm using a cup. Okay.
You're starting to look like me in the
now
kitchen.
look, this is super healthy. This one's high in fiber, cinnamon oat granola. I got this at Target. High with flax seeds too.
Ooh.
All that stuff is so good.
Yeah.
Then, not always, but sometimes I'll throw in just like a cup of blueberries. And boy, they're so good on the topping. You could do that, or spread them in here. Here's what I'll do. Spread them in there. How cute is this spoon my mom got me? It's a heart-shaped wooden spoon.
I see your theme.
Yes,
I'm
thank
picking
you.
up what you're
Lots of hearts, lots of love. Here's her recipe too. I had Albee Designs make that, and I have this recipe up here. Alicia, go up a little bit.
Alicia, could you pan up, please?
And then you'll see I have my mom's apple crisp in her handwriting it was dictated from Mrs. Wendell. So, okay, so once you do all this, I know, John, we need to wrap. I am going to crumble this and then just coat this over here.
My job's over. I'm gonna eat.
Bake it for 45 minutes at 350. And what do you think?
It's perfection.
And a little sea salt to taste too. A little sea salt here in right in there. And that's it. And we're gonna have the recipe on fox8.com. Oh yeah. One side for sea salt, one side for peppercorn, babe.
Can you give me
I
that
know
for
what I'm
Christmas?
getting you for your birthday, which is in July.
Way to go, Ethel!
Lucy, thank you. We do have the recipe on fox8.com.
You better get it. It's actually really good. All right, we'll be back.
Thanks, Mom.